Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 174.
Today is moving day once again. Normally we would stay 3 nights in a studio, but the Grand Floridian studios are actually very difficult to get, and so we were only able to get 2 nights in a row, which is really sad because we have enjoyed our view here. So we got everything packed up this morning, called Bell Services, got them to take all of our luggage, and we are heading over to Boardwalk for a water view, which we are very excited about because the views at the Boardwalk are amazing, especially over the water. This is a room type I've been looking forward to. So once we got all that transferred, we were all good. We called an Uber and headed over to Boardwalk to get all checked in. We got all checked in and our room was not ready yet, but that's okay. We don't expect it to be ready till later. We always check just in case though. So we decided to walk around a little bit because the Boardwalk is beautiful any time of the day, honestly. And we ended up finding a Mickey and Minnie topiary, which was just so pretty with all the flowers around it. And I assume this is for a flower and garden festival. I'm not really sure why this is out here, but it was really cool to find. And we walked around a little bit more, but again, it's June, it's hot. So we headed over to the community hall. We love having access to a community hall at these resorts because there's air conditioning. It's a nice place to wait and just sit while you're waiting for your room to be ready. So we sat in here, did a little work, played the video games. They've got lots of fun stuff in here. They've got coloring pages, which I really enjoy. So we kind of distract ourselves a little bit while we're in here. Again, there's air conditioning, we're indoors, so we're fine. Our room actually ended up not being ready till about 5 o'clock, which was kind of surprising, but it must be a busy day. When we finally got the text that our room was ready, we headed up there, and to our surprise, we didn't actually have a water view. So I went back down to the front desk just to make sure, like, hey, we were supposed to get a water view. And they said, oh, your room is a water view. I'm like, but we can't see the water. When you go out on the balcony, you see the courtyard and the green. Like, that's not the water. The water view should be facing out in the water. They're like, well, no, you have a little window that sees out to the water. I'm like, that really shouldn't count. Like, the little bitty window on the one side. They're like, actually, yeah, yours and the 2 others next to you are all water view. I was like, how is that possible? You literally can't see the water from the other rooms, especially because they don't have that little window. They're like, no, that's just what they're categorized. I'm like, that's a terrible room. Oh my goodness. So this was actually a really disappointing room to be in because I was so excited about that water view.
Yeah, I mean, you think Boardwalk water view, you're going to have the Boardwalk view, like the windows right there above the bakery and all that. No, apparently there are 3 rooms on the corner that are classified as water view because you can walk out on the balcony and turn 90 degrees and look at the water that way, which is totally comfortable with the fact that you have a very small balcony, right? It just...
And doesn't work if it rains because then you definitely don't get to see it. So I was very surprised about that. Definitely recommend requesting not to be in those rooms if you have the option because the regular water views are a lot better and a lot nicer. So once we kind of figured out that this is where we're going to be, we took our pictures of the room and did a live room tour on Facebook.
This room has 2 queen beds, and if you saw the couch over here on the right, that is also a day bed, fold down bed inside that couch. So you do have the ability to sleep 5 here in this room. And they've really kind of tucked a lot of little hidden details in this room. I want to point out a few of them to you. First of all, over here on the right-hand side, you have this picture of the Boardwalk, Disney's Boardwalk as imagined back in the early 1900s, I'm sure. You can see there's the Boardwalk's logo right there with the Florida flag and the U.S. flag, and all of the period clothing from the 1800s, 1900s, early 1900s, whatever that is. And if you look over here, there's the dance hall, and up here in the sky, there is a Mickey Mouse hot air balloons. And if you'd like to watch that entire room tour, it's linked down in the description and up there in the corner. Once we wrapped up the tour, we were starving because we had some leftover pizza earlier before we left Grand Floridian because we had that microwave in the villa, and we haven't had anything since. So we are ready for some dinner. We tried to decide, do we want to go somewhere on the boardwalk or maybe beach or yacht club? We settled on going over to Epcot instead. So we walked through the International Gateway straight to France to the bakery in the back of the France Pavilion, and we decided to try a little bit of everything. We started things off with a lobster bisque and a baguette. I love lobster bisque. It was delicious. Absolutely love that one. I got a sandwich, which was ham and cheese on a baguette, and then Alyssa got a sandwich, which was ham and cheese on a croissant. 2 different types of cheeses, but the same ham. Both of them were very good. I think I'd prefer the croissant over the baguette. The baguette was great with the soup, but I think the croissant was a little bit better because it's softer.
It was a lot softer, and it was nice and warm. It was just very enjoyable.
And for dessert, I chose to get the donut, which they call beignets, but it's totally a donut with Nutella inside. I mean, with hazelnut cream inside. It's a donut stuffed with Nutella, and that's amazing. I love this thing. Covered in powdered sugar. It's delicious. That was my choice, and then Alyssa opted for the chocolate mousse this time.
This is really light, and they actually do sell out of this fairly often, so I'm always excited when they do have it. I really enjoyed this, and I actually don't think I've had this since because they keep selling out every time I get there, but I'm glad I had it that day. This was just a really nice filling meal that we had. Again, just being in the park, being able to just go in and out whenever we want, it was really convenient. And when you're staying at the Boardwalk, we can walk over there and then walk back. And we did walk back from Epcot over to Boardwalk, had a beautiful sunset view, lots of people, very lively. That's part of the fun of the Boardwalk. It's just all the people, the entertainment, the beautiful views. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Boardwalk just comes alive, especially once the sun goes down and nighttime sets in. So we went up to our room and we heard some noise outside and decided to look out that little window that we kind of had there on the room. And turns out we could see Coney Island Chris down there performing his magic show right there on the Boardwalk. It was actually better to go out on the little balcony and try to see him because you could hear him when you're out there. But it was really cool to have a room that you could be there and see it. I wish we had a room that was like more on the Boardwalk side of things with the balcony, but it could be worse. We could be in like a standard view or something. So we watched him for a couple minutes, and then next thing we know, we heard fireworks and we thought, oh, illuminations, maybe we can see it. We couldn't see illuminations, but we could see the fireworks from Magic Kingdom off behind Yacht and Beach Club, off in the distance. And this was really cool because you could see so many of the fireworks because they're so high up in the air. It was just beautiful to sit here and watch the fireworks.
Getting to see the entertainment on the Boardwalk and the surprise fireworks that we didn't know we'd be able to see were amazing and a really nice way to end the night after not getting the room we were hoping for. So we just had a really nice ending to the day today, and that was the end of our day. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.